As for the positioning of the equipment, we will start with a tripod that is already placed in the running corridor. We can then use the screw hole that is under the sensor to insert a removable pad that will go onto the tripod. Fix the sensor well in place so that it does not move or fall. You need to make sure that the sensor is well placed in the axis of the running corridor before you can continue. You can then take out the screen and set it up somewhere where it will be easily visible. The screen will allow you to calibrate the sensor and to visualize the data collected during the sprint. You must then set up the wires that are required to power the sensor and the screen and to link the two together. We must then make sure to connect the screen in the lower HDMI port, thus the lowest one on the speed tracker. You can then plug in the wire that will power the screen. You'll recognize the right port as it is a USB port. You can then take out the battery, which will allow us to power the sensor and the screen at the same time. In order to do so, the battery we provide you with has a normal 120 volt port in which you can connect the sensor along with a USB port to power the screen. It is also possible to use a socket multiplier with the battery if need be, as it is powerful enough to do so. Once the battery is out, we can set up the keyboard and mouse. You must insert into the USB port of the sensor the small transmitter found in the mouse, which will allow them to communicate with the computer that is embedded into the sensor wirelessly. Once all this is set up, all that is left to do is to connect the speed tracker to the power supply and turn it on by pressing the button on the power supply for a couple of seconds. You will then see the sensor turn on thanks to the screen that is plugged into, and you are ready to start.